Honda CR-V 2012-2018. Hello everyone. Of course, the car did not manage to completely avoid some problems in operation, but in general the first Honda CR-V proved to be very reliable. However, when choosing a used Honda, do not be surprised at the body of 4 to 6 year old spacements with chips and scratches, which are more common on the hood, wheel arches and seals. The fact is that the paintwork of the crossover is not very durable. However, at the same time, there should be no metal corrosion or paint swelling. Honda's double-sided Honda galvanized coating is resistant and durable. If you find such defects, then the car was poorly restored after the accident. Or just look for another more interesting option. If everything suits you, check how the doors close and open. On this generation of CR-V, the door locks are weak and often fail. Next, you should pay attention to the trapezium of the wipers, the swivel joints of which often turn sour by this age. At the same time, check how the injection nozzle function. If water does not splash on the windshield and the tank is full of water, do not rush to change the nozzles. The clogged filters installed immediately after the pump are to blame for this. Our garage cool beams simply remove them. But with engines this will no longer work. Most gasoline engines installed on the CR-V are a priori reliable, but extremely demanding on the quality of fuel and oil, and very picky about service. Dealers recommend changing engine lubricant every 10,000 km or more. And this is no accident, both engines have two thin piston rings. They cock very quickly and as a result lie down. The extension of their life is facilitated by a more frequent oil change than prescribed by the factory regulations. The Japanese recommend changing it every 7,000 to 8,000 km. But if the deformation of the rings nevertheless occurred, the oil consumption increased significantly, which leads to very unpleasant consequences up to the rotation of the liners. But this happens extremely rarely. Now let's look at each unit separately. The base R20A engine is equipped with an intake phase change system and a variable intake manifold geometry. Although at the same time he does not have hydraulic compensators in the valve drive, they are regulated by the selection of washers every 40,000 to 50,000 km. But in practice, adjustment may only be required closer to 100,000 km. Approximately at the same run, the left engine mount will remind of itself with vibration and diet. By the way, the back, which can withstand snow much longer, will cost twice as much. Not only spark plugs and ignition coils suffer from not the highest quality gasoline, but also the conversion and oxygen sensors. After 150,000 km, the timing chain can stretch, the engine starts to trot and lazily picks up speed, and when starting on a cold one, it makes specific sounds. Approximately the same symptoms can be traced in the older brother K24A, which was based on a 2-liter engine. It is equipped with a variable valve timing system on the intake and exhaust shaft, as well as technology fundamental 2-liter engine. It is equipped with a variable valve timing system on the intake and exhaust shaft, as well as technology for adjusting the opening and closing of valves. All the main sources of this engine are the same as those of the fundamental 2-liter engine. But after 100,000 km, the K24A usually requires replacement of the variable valve timing clutch. The malfunction manifests itself with strong noises, one might even say with a roar when starting a cold engine. The Japanese modernizer not only in 2014 and today this problem has already lost its relevance. It should also be noted that original parts for Honda engines are by no means cheap. However, as well as on branded gearboxes. By the way, the Honda company uses gearboxes of its own production on its machines, hence the high quality and reliability. There are no complaints about the 6-speed manual box, except that on cars with high mileage the link of the manual gearbox lever becomes loose over time, and the automatic is also not replete with problems. There are cases of failure on the torque converter or hydraulic valve block. However, these breakdowns are not widespread. To extend the life of the box, it is recommended to change the oil in it along with the filter every 40,000 to 60,000 km. I must say that such insignificant intervals really increase the resource of the unit to 300,000 km and even more. The Japanese adhere to similar recommendation regarding the manual gearbox in CVT, which has appeared on the Honda CR-V since 2015. By the way, according to the proprietary Honda regulation, the replacement of special fluids in both gearboxes and the clutch is subject to every 40,000 km. This in general is the legendary reliability of cars of this brand. However, against this favorable background, such a malfunction as the rear wheels rising up as a house still stands out. This defect has been haunting the crossover since the last generation, and the problem has not yet been fully resolved. Owners get out of the situation by installing special spacers under the springs, but the remaining elements of the charts can be considered durable. Even stabilizer struts sometimes withstand up to 17,000 to 19,000 kilometers. A little more was released to the levers, ball joints, and silent blocks of the front suspension. Shock absorbers are often changed after hundreds of thousands of kilometers. Of course, racing at Promotion's driving style significantly reduces the life of suspension parts, but the driving style as a rule does not affect the reliability of electrical equipment. In addition, on the CRV, it is almost hassle-free. Minor network failures in general take place, but they occur sporadically and mainly on older cars. It is possible to single out perhaps a regular battery of small capacity and compact size, which discharges rather quickly. True, in recent years, batteries similar in size but with a larger capacity have appeared on sale. If you have or had such a model, share information about what and how it breaks in the comments.